Property Shark's lead generation tool is a great way to identify and contact potential clients. Residential brokers are already using this subscription service for prospect outreach, but there are a multitude of ways it can be used by other real estate professionals as well. If you're a commercial broker researching properties for a client interested in buildings with over 20 units in the Upper West Side, then our list builder is just what you need. If you're a developer interested in researching vacant lots or properties with potential air rights in Brooklyn, you can find them easily by using our predefined lists. Today we will go over this powerful tool that can also help you in your marketing or research initiatives. To get to the lead generation tool, you just want to click on Leads, which can be found at the top of any page on PropertyShark.com. When you click on Leads, you're taken to a page that gives you an introduction to the service, and at the bottom you can click on our predefined lists or our Build-A-List tool. The predefined lists are a list of options provided by Property Shark that you can choose from. You can choose any of these options available, and after this you select a location like a zip code or a neighborhood, and then you get a list of all the matching properties in that zip code or neighborhood. The other option available to you is the list builder, where you're able to generate a list more from the ground up. There's more criteria available, and so you can be a little bit more specific in the type of list that you can make. By clicking on Build a List, you can go ahead and get started. From the next screen, you'll start off with your location. You can choose neighborhood, zip code, school districts, community districts, or use our polygon tool to draw your location right on the map. You can also look for a street name by performing a street search, the option up here. So if you wanted to see all the properties, particularly on Broadway, you could do that. With the parcel search, you're able to enter block numbers to get properties by parcel number. We'll go ahead and deal with the map though. I'll show you how to use the polygon. So as you can see, once you click on the polygon, it's automatically attached to your cursor. So you can come over here to turn it off. This will allow you to zoom in on the map or move it around to get to the area that you want to get into. You can zoom in on the map by double clicking or also by moving this up one zoom level. And if you want to use the polygon, you just turn it back on here and you start tracing along the streets that you want to be your borders. And so you just trace along the street that are your borders. And there you go. If you like the list that you've made, you can click on Done. If you don't, you can just go ahead and start over again and try to make a new list. So with this polygon, everything that falls within the blue field is going to be included as your location. Right here, if you like it, you click Done. If you don't like it, you click Clear, and you can then start over again. With the zip code maps, we'll break up the city by the zip codes, or you can go to the neighborhood map. And the neighborhood map also has multiple functions. So, for example, when you're zoomed all the way out on the neighborhood map, you can see that the city is divided into larger sectors. So we'll go ahead and zoom out so you can see that. So you see we have, for example, all of Midtown or all of downtown. And we have this northwestern Queens. So you could click on this if you wanted to take this entire area, or you could right-click on the area and show all the neighborhoods. So we'll just deal with the neighborhood of Astoria for this presentation. So we'll take Astoria in Queens. You click Next. And on the following page, you can choose your property types. So you can select from the list in the drop-down box, just these general options here, or you can click on More Details and go by the building class descriptions. So here you can expand, for example, residential to 1 to 4 families, apartments, which would be, for example, your elevator buildings, co-op buildings, co-op units, condo buildings, condo units. These are important distinctions to make. So, for example, if you're looking for unit owners in an area, then you would want to deal with the condo units. But, for example, if you're canvassing an area, then maybe you just want to identify where the co-op or condo buildings are in the area. So in this case, you just want the addresses of the building. You can do that by just selecting the condo buildings. Once you've got your list made, you're actually able to take a look at the property reports for the properties on your list. So if you are just interested in canvassing, this can be a very useful tool for that. We have all the building class descriptions available here, so you can look for mixed-use property, commercial property, vacant lots, as well as the residential. So everything is available here. We'll go with the multifamily properties in Astoria. You click OK at the box down here, and that confirms your selection. And then you click Next. The following page has optional criteria, so if you want to limit your results by the number of units or square footage or zoning or anything like that, you're definitely able to do that. So let's say, for example, we limit ours to a maximum of 8 units. And if you don't want to use any of this criteria, by the way, you can just leave the options blank and just click Build. But anything you put in here becomes additional criteria as well. So we'll go ahead and click Build and see what we get. So we have a list here of 1,020 results, and it shows that 441 are considered owner-occupied, 579 are non-owner-occupied. The non-owner-occupied means that we have an address for the owner that is different from the property address. That address, whether it's in another borough or another state, is what you're going to get in your mailing list. So whether it's in Brooklyn, Manhattan, or Florida, you're going to get an address that's not the address of the property. These 441 that are owner-occupied just means that the owner has reported the property address to the city as the owner's address. So you do want to take that one with a bit of a grain of salt. And so if you click on Review and Edit List, you'll be able to actually take a look at the results and then go into the mailing lists, the property reports, if you want to do that. So here we have a list of the buildings, and you can click on any of these to go into the property report. Now we're in the full report for the building, and you have these options here, previous, the next, so you can look at the previous property on the list or the next property on the list. So if you are canvassing, you can just go down the line, keep clicking next as you go through the reports looking for what you want to find, and you can also return to list here as well. So if you're interested in downloading your mailing list, you just click on Download List. And now you choose how you want to download the list. You can download for mailings, in which case you see you have 2,000 results per month as part of your subscription. And so 1,020 of this 2,000 are going to be used today. You also have the option to download property data. Now, downloading property data is like downloading a property report for each of the results on your list, and it comes downloaded directly into Excel. So you have a lot of information that you're able to keep on all the properties that are on your list. We'll go through the mailing list for now, and you see there will always be a counter here at the top telling you how many you'll have left after your download. Also, when you do make a list on the website, anything that you make will stay on the account for 48 hours. But you're not debited just for making a list. I won't lose my 1,020 credits until I actually download the list. So you can make lists as large as 5,000 results, but nothing's going to come out of your 2,000 credits until you actually click on this download list from this page. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the list. And so once you're ready to download, you choose which options you want to download. If you want to separate the owner-occupied versus the non-owner-occupied, you can make those selections here. Or if you want to send to everyone, just select both of these boxes here. The third option, own occupants of property, is for those that are non-owner-occupied. If you want to send to the owner as well as the property address, you can do that as well. And then you determine how you want to download the list. We have this first Avery 5160 mailing labels. This is a PDF document formatted for mailing labels, and so if you click on this, what you're going to get is a PDF that you can print directly onto labels. So once you have this, you would just load your printer with the labels and print directly onto those. And these are formatted again for the Avery 5160 standard mailing label. And here you have your addresses, and you would just print this page out. The other option is downloading to Excel, in which case you can use this for a mail merge. Okay, and here we go. So here we have the owner's name for the mailer, the mailing address, and the city, state, and zip. We'll tell you which properties are considered owner-occupied, and then you'll get the property address as well. So this is your mailing list. I definitely encourage you to save this to your account once you've downloaded, or save it to your computer, I'm sorry. That way it's yours. You can always refer back to it. There's also no charge for downloading a list multiple times. Once you've put your credits toward the list, if you wanted to download the labels and then download it in Excel like we just did, you can certainly do that. It doesn't charge you double or anything like that. So feel free to download it as many times as you want. Also, any list that you download will remain on your account and available to you to download again for 3 months. So if something does happen to the initial file that you download, you can always go back to Property Shark within the next 3 months and download it again. Now, as I mentioned before, with the property data, you have 1,000 results per month that you're able to utilize, and you can download property data directly into Excel for each address that makes it onto your list. So that's definitely something that you want to look at as well if you're canvassing for an area or just need to do research for specific properties in an area. The information that you get in your data download includes year built, square footage, most recent sale, property owner is also included in there. You get the block and lot for each of those properties as well. So you get a lot of good information in your Excel download for every property that makes it on your list. So definitely a viable option when you're looking to canvass an area. You want to download that much information in Excel. It becomes yours. You can then add on to that, like if you want to add a column for phone numbers, add a column for any other information you want to include. You can do that, save to your computer. It becomes your worksheet. I want to thank everybody for your time today. Hopefully you got a lot out of this presentation, but if you do have any questions about mailing lists, you can definitely feel free to call customer service. Their number is included here. Thanks a lot and have a good day.